Yo,
Yo,
what's up, world? It's your boy Jay Smiley. Welcome back to the EYMF podcast. Welcome back. Thank y'all. Before we get started, gotta shout out the best podcast team in the podcast world. Noonie B, CP, CC, Meg G, and my boy
yeah,
CP. Thank y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. Y'all, we coming to y'all with another hot guest. This guest that we bringing y'all, I'm gonna give him his famous introduction and his well deserved. We have a Joliet native coming to y'all. One
another
of the
one.
hottest producers in the game. He's worked with everybody from Chris Brown, Gucci Mane,
Brr.
R. Kelly, Twista, Stevie J, B. Cox. I mean, should I keep going? Natasha Mosley, Chubby Baby. I mean, the list goes on and on. But we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna save that for the rest of the show, y'all. Y'all, with no further ado, my brother coming to us, y'all, live from Atlanta, y'all. The one and only Trabeats, y'all. Thank you for
Brr,
joining
brr,
us,
brr, brr,
bro.
brr, 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 brr. Yes, sir.
Thank you for joining us, my boy.
You're welcome, man. Thank y'all.
How you? Yeah, man. No
I'm
problem,
feeling
bro.
good.
No
I'm
problem. No
feeling good.
problem,
For
man.
joining us.
Good, good, good. We gonna dive right into it. We ain't gonna waste no time, world. We gonna give y'all hot content from the jump. Um, this is all about my boy Trey Beats. He's done some amazing things, so we definitely want to see what the life and time is like for Trey Beats. So
Yes, sir.
with that being said, bro, you know what I mean. You've been in the game for a while. You've been doing your thing. Like I just named off a nice list of artists. Um,
Right.
at what point in time did you know that you was gonna be able to take this to the next level? Like I remember, you know what I'm saying, the tracks, you know what I'm saying, Yellow Diamonds and all that. But when did you know that this was something that you really could make, you know what I'm saying, a thing and really push for?
Um, it's always been in me, but I think being from Joliet, um, uh, it's kind of like a bittersweet thing because being from Joliet, like we got so many competitive people around you. I mean, from basketball, we always grew up on hooping. You know how that go. To
Right.
the best singer, to the best dress, or the best car, or whatever it is. Where we from, it's always been a competition. I think what really made me become a competitor and wanted to compete and wanted to really do this, and when it really got in my mind is when um I witnessed the Reggie Loke C None era, like when they was rapping and beefing
Mm-hmm.
and doing that. Like that made me be like, oh man, like this is a real thing. Like people really, it's a level for this. Where we from, they got fans, they got really people watching them, and I knew I can take what they were doing and what other rappers and producers was doing and enhance it because of my mental and my mindset. I knew that I was gonna be able to take it and put it on another level. I always knew that. And I knew it before they was rapping on my beats, before they even gave me an opportunity. Cause wasn't nobody giving me no chance of opportunity. They was shitting on me. Everybody was. And when I felt that pain and I got in the room and I started making that beats, that's when I knew. That's when I felt it. I
There
knew it
you
when I
go.
was
Mm-hmm.
making the beats. When
There
I
you
was
go.
Mm-hmm.
actually trying to be good. I knew it then, but I just had to keep going and pushing.
There you
That's what's
go.
up.
That consistency. That consistency.
Pain
Yeah.
don't
Yeah,
make you
hard work
grow.
pays
Pain don't
off.
make you do stuff.
I
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
right?
That
Go ahead, piss
pain,
you
that
off the
pain.
right
Hey, any
way.
breakup, anytime I go through a breakup, I'm about to get a plaque.
Hey,
Hey,
You hear me?
That's
man,
what
yeah.
that's what I'm
Yeah,
talking
that's
about.
real. That's
I'm about to go
on
real.
get
that
that.
trap soul type shit. Like, man,
And I feel
Yeah.
like God, I feel
Okay.
like God be testing me when He even want me to go to another level because here comes some female in my life that's gonna break my little heart. So I got to get in the studio and create. Like
Not your
it's
little
just how it
heart.
is.
No.
hey,
It's crazy
man, pain and pleasure means success.
yeah,
After that,
for
man.
Hey,
sure.
for real.
So it's
That's
kind of that
literally
way
the
for me. It's
recipe.
kind of that way for me.
There
Yeah.
you go. There
Okay.
you go. That's dope. That's
Okay.
dope, man, for sure. I love it. I love that, man. That's very inspirational. That lets me know that you are very self determined and you speak stuff into existence. You manifest, bro. You
Yeah, man.
you
It got
very
to be
very
in you, man.
persistent.
It got to be in you for sure.
Got to be in
It
you.
definitely do.
It's not in you. It's on
Absolutely.
you. Or it's
Mm-hmm.
not on
Hmm.
you. It's in you. What's in you, they can't take away. You know what I mean? So
For
that's
sure.
dope for sure. Miss Noonie B.
Hey, hey, hey. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
And my question is, what are some of your favorite projects to work on? Since
My
you brought up your heartbreak, are you a R&B? Do you lean on that, or you like, let me go ahead and get my trap in? Let me go ahead
well, I'll break it
and get
down
one
to you.
for the streets.
I'll break it down to you. It always started. with like trap beats and rap beats. But when I was making them, I was bringing the best out of the trap and rap artists. They was not just doing traps. It was like it was different. And this
Mm.
is when I was working like in my bedroom and like uh when I was in like ninth grade. I used to work with this group and they used to come through. They used to walk from my house from Evergreen all the way over by Dirksen in the
Ooh.
snow. And I
The
had a
green.
Mm.
studio. I was the only one with a studio, and I'll make rap beats and whatever the case may be. And then like my mom was a singer, so I used to go to the studio with her when I was smaller. So then I started
Mm.
playing drums in church, and then I was like, oh, melodies and feel good things was just something that I captured in my music, and I was able to like put in my music. So I wanted to learn R&B. So the crazy thing about it is I started making R&B when I started watching Making a Band with Day
Mm.
26 and B Cox and
Ah, I remember
Diddy
that.
and all that.
What
I
Mm-hmm.
was
a
inspired by B
time.
Cox. I was inspired by B Cox. I used to watch the show, and now B Cox is one of my best friends.
Oh man, look at
So
that. Look at how that
I
working
was I
came
was
full
able
circle for
to
you.
kind of hear the feeling of his music and just capture it and then also manifest and be able to work right along with him. So it's just best of both worlds for me. However I'm feeling, but if you put me in the studio with any artist, I can be able to capture whatever what the vibe is. Like it might be a rapper that want to make some R&B stuff. It might be a R&B
Yeah.
artist that want a
Okay.
rapper on their song. I just recently linked up with Don Q, which is an artist that's a rapper, but I was telling
Mm.
him like you
Hmm.
should make some female R&B stuff. So it's the best of both worlds for me. I like really feel like music is a feeling and a mood, and I should you should never limit yourself. I think at the end of the day, when you creating, you should just create what you feel in the moment and also what the people want to hear. If you can put those two things together and make an art, right? Like you got to think about it. When you turn the radio on right now, I can make an R&B beat with an 808 and put
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying like a
Yeah,
Hmm.
rapper on it.
you could.
So I'm just gonna tell y'all how I started making R&B though. Like R&B is really like a thing that you have to learn and understand chord progressions, what the verse sound like, what the hook sound like. And for to
Mm.
educate people on R&B, you can't just make a beat with R&B. You have to actually produce. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know the
Mm.
Have a
concept of the
musical gift.
song. You gotta have a feeling. You gotta have some substance. You gotta know what the verse supposed to be like, the hook. That's why I be trying to tell these rappers, the rappers that really make the best music make their songs like R&B. If you think about Migos, they melodic, then they make pre-hooks, and then they make hooks. You know what I'm saying? And then it's
Mm-hmm.
like
That's
it's got
facts.
a melody
Bone
to it.
thugs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all of
Mother.
that R&B flavor, that church feel on songs, like rappers who do that, those are the best. Those are some of the top artists in the world.
That's
So
true.
Mm.
I just like to
Yeah.
put the together.
Facts.
Musical
I
gift,
love
man.
that. I love that
Hmm
like that thought process. Come
I'm glad.
on.
That's a good question too, because a lot
Oh,
of people
thank
wouldn't
you.
have thought that. Yeah, that's a good
Thank
question.
you.
Nah. Yeah, nah, for sure.
I
Yeah.
see you. I see you, Nudie D. I
Yeah,
see you.
no,
That was a really good question. CP,
man.
how you gonna follow? CP, go ahead, follow up with one, bro.
I. First things first. Glad to have you. Glad to have you on the show. My question is, what's your favorite beat that you done did?
My favorite
Mm.
beat. Whew.
See,
And
that's all.
you know how they say every new one they make is their favorite. Nah, you
Yeah,
can't do
Yeah.
that.
nah,
You
we
can't
gotta,
do
we
that.
gotta.
You gotta dig in the archives.
Yeah, you gotta dig.
My favorite beat. My favorite beat that I have made. Mm, y'all ain't
Yeah,
even
I
heard it
like that
yet.
stump.
Y'all ain't even
I
heard it
like.
yet.
Oh, okay, okay,
Y'all ain't even heard it yet.
okay.
Y'all ain't even heard it yet. But
I
Yeah.
like
I
that.
I'm gonna I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go with this one. RIP to my boy Big Czar. Um,
Mm.
Big Czar and I made some
Right.
really good music together. So it's this beat that we made, and I have it. I can't play it right now, but I do have it, and I'm gonna try to send it to you, Smile, so y'all can hear it. Y'all can play it one day. But it was just Blaze type of joint, and it was just crazy. And every time I play it, it's just ridiculous. Anytime I play it in the studio, people be like, "What the hell?" Because I took so much time on the drums and feel it sound like a real live drum set. So
Mm.
I made that beat in like
Right.
2009, I think. You know what I'm saying? A long time ago. That's the beat to come to mind. But actually, songs, I'm gonna just tell y'all straight up. The favorite beat that I made that actually came out, it has to be Water by Joe Gifted.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know if y'all heard that, but that was
Mm.
a hit. And the reason why
Yes,
that's my
sir.
favorite beat is because I came from Joliet down to Atlanta, met an Atlanta native that's been down here grinding, and I was able to make his first hit in his city with him. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? That got
Mm.
top 10 on the Billboard charts and was able to get a feature from Quavo and Gucci. Y'all check that out if y'all on iTunes or whatever like that. Just check it out. And it's really like when I look at the meaning behind something, that's when stuff is my favorite and my best. It's the meaning behind it. It's the substance and understanding like how it manifests. Like sometimes stuff be too good to tell be true. That's why my tag is "Do You Hear Me Now?" Because I've been doubted by so many people and shitted on by so many people. It's like, damn, like, do you hear me now? I want to come on the radio. Now you hear where I was coming from. So for me
Exactly.
to come from my city and come down here to Atlanta, where I'm not from, I came down here with $1 in my pocket, basically, to meet somebody
Yeah.
that I actually, I didn't even know this dude. My beat just got to him, and then it's a crazy story behind it too. So, I was able to, manifest meeting somebody else that went through the same struggle that I made, and kind of the universe worked itself out. So that's why that's my favorite beat.
Shout out to Big Czar too, man.
Yeah, shout out to
Musical
Big
genius.
Czar.
Musical
Rest in peace.
genius.
Definitely.
Musical
Musical
Definitely.
genius.
genius,
Definitely.
man.
Hell yeah.
Definitely a musical genius. Rest in peace for sure. Definitely shout out to him. I have heard that track Water. That beat is definitely hard for sure. Not gonna lie to you. Um, but that was a
Hey,
great question for sure. I would have to say "Lost in Your Love" is one of my favorite beats
I
for
was just
sure.
waiting on it.
Yeah,
Just waiting on it.
that's definitely that's definitely one of my favorite beats for sure. I ain't gonna lie.
Now,
That's
Lost in Your Love is
that song's a heat.
Lost in Your Love is a very 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 inspirational joint. It's a great story behind that too. But I just
I
feel,
remember the story. You said it on live.
huh?
You had told that story on
Oh yeah,
live
no,
years ago.
Lost in Your Love is definitely like one of the top joints because that track
Lost in your
that
love.
process was real stressful. I was going through a lot of things around that time, and it was just too stressful for me, man. And then he was locked up. I didn't know if they were going to use the track, and but no, this is the crazy part about that. Crazy part about Lost in Your Love is that in the process, I got new management. I got new management, and my management knew his management. So I was stressed because the track just ended up in Chris Brown's hands. I didn't really go in the studio and work with him. I sent it to somebody, and then they sent it to somebody, and then they sent it to Chris Brown. They gave it to him, and they hit back immediately. And they was like, "Chris Brown want that track." I'm like, "Hell no, he don't." I'm like tripping, like I'm like, "Hell no." And they hit me up through email, like it was Chris Brown manager Mike G at the time, and they was like, yeah, we want this track right now. I'm like, all right, cool. I sent the dude, and then I never heard from them. And then I got on my management. He knew them, and when he talked to Mike G was like, oh, Chris Brown loved this track so much. And he sent the track over with Chris Brown on it. So I had the track before it came out. You know what I'm saying? I had the track before,
Woo!
so I'm
Mm.
blown away, like damn. And so I'm planning for people and whatever like that. And then this girl Stacey Burf, she wrote like so many dope songs for Rihanna. I ended up working with her, and she was like, "Man, Chris Brown was the oil video shoot that's playing this one song over and over and over and over." And I honestly, I haven't told her nothing about it. She was like, "Lost in Your Love." When I played Lost in Your Love, she was like, "That's the track he kept playing at the Loyal video shoot." Then I got another
Mm.
confirmation. One night I'm working in the studio. Columbus Short from The Yard came in the studio, and he was worked with the dude that gave the track to Chris Brown. His name is Notch. He did Sweet Love. He wrote Sweet Love. So we in there working,
Mm-hmm,
and
mm-hmm.
I play Lost in Your Love. And this Nick, come on, Columbus Short. You already know his situation and what he's been going through in the media and all of that.
All
This is
right,
around the
right,
time when all of that
right,
was going on. He called Chris Brown
right.
mama at 4 o'clock in the morning. Talk about, I'm in here with the producer. Remember that Michael Jackson song? I'm in here with the producer right now. Mama Breezy. It's crazy. This is Chris Brown's locked up, by the way. So I'm stressing because I don't know if this dude's gonna get out. They done changed the X album like 3 times, and I'm stressing out. But those little
Mm-hmm,
small things gave me confirmation that Chris Brown really wanted that track. So when I finally did meet Chris Brown, it's a picture on my IG, on my Facebook. I knew his cousin, and we were out in the club and here called Compound, and his cousin was like, "Yo, I'm gonna introduce y'all tonight." I'm like, "Cool." So basically, Chris Brown got to leave the club a secret way. Chris Brown leaves the club and he hides behind a dumpster. So his cousin tells me, "Okay, he's gonna be hiding behind a dumpster. They're gonna let all the girls out, and then when all the people leave, he's gonna come out and then we gonna mob out. And I'm like, cool. So by I got the information. So I leave out the front of the club, come back around and right to the back of the club, and I walk right to the dumpster. And Chris Brown come right out. We're face to face like this. Before you know it, we started talking. I told him I did the Crossing Love. I did the track Lost in Your Love, and he lost his fucking mind. He was like, "Oh my god, you did that? You did that shit, nigga? We gotta work. We gotta work, nigga. You coming out to LA?" He was
That's
excited. Like his personality was just real, and we vibed and we talked, and before you know it, like paparazzi and people just started swarming out of nowhere,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how that picture happened. That me and Chris Brown had on my page.
that's
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
crazy.
yeah. It was it was
Wow.
it was
That's
a it was
crazy.
a definitely dope experience.
Wild
But we
experience
got more
though.
tracks. We got some stuff we
Right?
just made. I just did some stuff with him about a month ago. It's hard as fuck, and we got a couple in the pipeline too.
Yes, that's my
Yeah,
dog.
Chris
Trying
Brown
to
a
Can't
hit
real
that
wait.
one though.
world.
That dude
It's
got a
gonna be a
real heart,
ride.
man. So don't believe everything you hear,
Yes,
man.
sir. One of my favorites, man.
Greatest
No,
male
Chris is
Facts.
great.
entertainer of all
He's
One of
time.
the
great for a
goats.
reason.
One of the
Yeah.
goats,
Definitely is.
Greatest
He
male
can really
Definitely
put
is.
on
entertainer of
a
all
show.
time.
for
Definitely
sure.
can put on a show when he entertains.
Shout
Yeah,
out to
he
Breezy.
busting them
Yes.
loop.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. He performed like no other. That man put his heart. He put his heart and soul into every performance. I go to
Yeah,
every Chris Brown concert I possibly can, and the man don't stop dancing from the time the show starts to the time the show ends. So
literally,
yeah,
literally.
yeah.
Which
That
And
and
makes
the,
you like want to move. Like it just
I
brings
Hmm.
mean,
so much energy.
and have a musical ear. Like he a genius
Yeah.
with the music.
right. Facts.
Yeah.
What's up, CC?
Facts.
Definitely.
Miss Cece, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Thank you for being on our podcast. I think I've been really dying to know for those producers that are just now getting started or trying to get their foot in the door or already have their foot in the door but like they're struggling or whatnot. What advice do you have for any producers that are trying to make
All
it?
right, I'm gonna be completely honest. It's not for everybody. It's just not. You know, in the
True.
way I look at things, bro, it was something in me. You know, when I was born, when I was little, my mom didn't put me in band. My mom didn't say go do this. You know, that's why. Shouts out to Jeremy Fears, man. I wanna give a shout out to him because support his kids.
Yes, sir.
We need to make that a blueprint for Joliet. We need to make that a thing. You know what I'm saying? Because they about to open the doors up for a lot of opportunities for our city, and to me,
Yep.
if you put the work in, you get results. You know what I'm saying? If you really put the
Yep.
work in, everybody not born with a gift though. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't have a gift. You really got to go get out here. And I say shouts out to Jeremy Fears because, I didn't have anybody to push me and put me in the gym and say, oh, do this and do that. I saw something that I wanted to do. I was inspired by it as a small kid when I was young, and I put myself in band because I liked the way the drummer looked at the church. Drake Cornelius, shout out to him. Um, I
Yeah.
love the swag. I love what he was doing, or how it felt, how it sounded. And I heard Zara up there on the keys at New Canaanland, past the Posey Church, and I was just like, yo, I want to do that. I was young, man. I was
Yeah.
really young. I
Yeah.
was in sixth, fifth grade. I used to feel that music, man. Go back home, set up my mom pots and pans, and just make my brother make some bongos, and you know what I'm saying, just get to it and act like we're in church. And I was inspired by so many things as a kid, but that was in me. You feel me? And when something is in you, you have uh, to put the work in to see the results, or create opportunities, and be nice to people, ask questions and stuff like that. So my advice for young producers and people who want to do music, it's kind of harder right now because it's so oversaturated, and that's why you really got to be special, and
Mm.
that's why you really got to have something that you really got to want it.
Yeah.
Is ask questions and listen and learn, understand music theory, understand like what everybody else is doing. Yeah, know that, but then figure out what they don't know too. Know what for real know.
Hmm.
Try to figure out and watch documentaries, just like any basketball player. Pick Kobe brain. This is why Kobe was so good, because when he got on the court, he asked Michael Jordan questions. You know what I'm saying? He asked those questions.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, how did you come
Yeah.
off your pivot and do this? And how did you go through the triple threat through the
Mm-hmm.
fade? Like when you a young producer and you trying to do
Mm-hmm.
anything in life, not just producer. I'm gonna just make this a whole thing. When you just want to do anything in life, you gotta ask questions. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know. I don't
Yeah.
want to embarrass myself. I don't like somebody tell me to do a genre. I'm not about to just go try to do the genre. Like I gotta go do the research. I gotta go really figure out what kind of
Yeah.
food they like
Got to
and how
figure it
they
out.
like to feel when they
100.
sit down and eat and hear this music. all of that stuff. Like it's a feeling you got to capture.
It's
And I
like,
like I said, it's not for everybody. If you're not willing to go out and make sacrifices and ask questions and humiliate yourself and be embarrassed and hit play in front of somebody and get embarrassed because your shit is whack, it's not for you because that's how you're gonna get better. I done went to studios and embarrassed
Mm.
myself. Like literally hit play and Sean Garrett sitting there on his phone. But now, guess what? Now Sean Garrett calling my phone for beats. He just called me 2 days ago. The top songwriter in the fucking world. 51 number one hits, bro. He's up there with the Beatles. This man done wrote, yeah, Beyonce's. He done wrote so many hits. But he hit my
Mm.
phone like, Trey, I need some heat. But this the same person I went in the room with and hit play and ignored me and shitted on me and made me feel like this. But it wasn't that he elite. You
Consistent.
think you about to get on the court with
yeah,
Shaq and them and just get they spot and try to they're gonna be like, get the fuck out of here. It's a competitive game.
Right,
So
right.
you gotta be ready for those things. If you a young producer trying to come in the game,
Yeah,
don't fence if somebody saying you whack. Just go show them that you not. That's it.
Facts.
yeah,
Facts.
true,
yeah.
true.
Facts.
You hit definitely hit it on the head right there. And another thing is, gotta be consistent. Consistency, man. If you people that say
Mm-hmm.
that your thing is right, you be discouraged, but then don't want to work after that. No,
Hmm.
stick
Yeah,
with it.
yeah,
If you
Right.
believe in it, keep the
Mm-hmm.
work. I believe
yeah,
in that,
definitely.
man.
Facts.
Yeah.
So again, man, everybody got to keep telling you. Again, we appreciate you being on here, man. Especially from the time 815, man. We out here stand
Let's
up.
go.
Um, what I really want to ask, man, I want to dig a little
Let's go.
deep, sir. Um, outside of music, like what keeps you going? Like what? I know you probably said like something that motivated you before, but what's still motivating you? What's the end goal for you? What's Trey B's gonna be like 50, 30, 40 years like? What's the
Well,
empire like? What's the
I put it
goal?
like this. In this game, I done made a lot of money. I thought about like how much money I made and then how much money I did invest and how smart it was. And now I got friends that invest so many things and I got people around me that invest so many things. So investment is definitely something that I got my hands tied into right now. And just moving silently and making moves behind the scenes. I definitely want to contribute back to my city with a few things that I'm working on. I can't really speak on those, but like I said, when I get everything organized correctly, I'm definitely going to be doing some things in the community. And like I said, like the blueprints, we need to follow these certain blueprints. So it's another, like I said, Jeremy Fearson, it's another set of those, and it ain't just them because there's other hoopers, there's other people that's doing things, but we need people to follow these blueprints and understand we can do this again and again and again and again and again. So I want to be able to bring that mental back to my city. That's the main thing. That's what inspired me. That's what motivates me. Like being able to tell somebody something and they actually apply it and listen, and then you see the results. Because being a producer is a hard job because my job is to show you what I vision. You know what I'm saying? Through a track. So I have to actually vision it, make it, and then impress you when I play it. That's a very hard thing to do. That's why Do You Hear Me Now? I done made tracks for people and they left the studio and they didn't want to come back until I did what I did and I sent it to them and they just was like, oh my God, this is some genius shit. So my main thing is to get people to understand to be patient, don't panic. You know what I'm saying? Your time is coming and things are gonna work out in the end. But you have to understand uh, what you put in is what you get out. You know? So just to inspire the
Mm,
people, bro, like that's
yeah.
just my main thing. I'm motivated by that. I didn't kind of work with everybody I wanted to work with. I'm really not chasing placements. I want to break an artist. I hit Don Q up because I felt like he was a really good artist, a really good rapper, and I felt like I had the vision. I was like, oh, if I get in there with him, this can be something. And I can produce her. He needs a producer. So I'm looking more like that. I'm not really trying to chase the big artists. I'm not motivated by bigger artists or anything like that. If I was, then I would be really, really, really super, super popping right now. But I'm a Jay Dilla. Put it that way. If y'all know Jay Dilla, that's me. I'm Jay Dilla. I got the Jay Dilla
Yeah.
mental. I don't care about the
Yep.
fame. I don't care about the chains and all of that shit. I care about leaving my mark and serving my purpose.
Oh,
Yes,
I like
sir.
that.
Yes,
That's
Yeah.
where it's
sir.
at. And
That's
that's what
Yes,
makes
good.
you
sir.
so good at
Yeah,
what you do too,
yeah,
staying
yeah. You got to,
grounded
bro.
like that,
That almost came like that came out
Nah,
of the
for real,
church
man. You
somewhere.
know, without God, man,
Yeah,
without God, man, this
definitely.
industry will take you out, boy.
Man, what?
Facts.
Okay, don't let this gonna be
Oh
a
no.
Sunday service.
Yeah.
All right,
Look.
come on,
Facts
come
though.
on with it, bro.
That's big
Yeah.
facts.
Man, big, no,
Yeah.
for real.
Hey, when they say life's not
Yeah.
fair,
They take you
when they
out. They
say life's
everywhere.
not fair and things not fair, it's really true. You know what I'm saying? And being in the industry and being amongst this, first of all, ain't nobody real, ain't nobody genuine, and only people gonna mess with you based off what you do or what you bring to the table. You know what I'm saying? It's like dating a girl only like you because of money or what you got. It's no substance. She don't fuck with you for real. So that's the industry. And if you ain't doing what you supposed to do in the industry, they don't care about like. That's why I love my city so much. I don't gotta be popping and doing something. They still gonna respect where I'm coming from. That's what keep me going. Industry, you can have nothing popping for like
No
five, six
choice.
months, and people just like, oh yeah, that nigga fell off. Like that's just what it is.
What you do for me
Yeah, you
lately?
got it,
Type
and
stuff.
that's what motivates you
Yeah.
too. But guess what? The blessing is always gonna swing back and spin